Hello everyone, you're looking live here at Chicagoland Speedway for race number 4 of the SuperStar ARCA West Series. Currently qualifying underway right now here in Joliet, Illinois. Drivers on the racetrack currently 2 laps and 5 minutes to set their fastest lap times right now. As Jake Miller currently on top of the board here with a 30.233. Down Maverick Davis goes top of the board now. Get a live look at some of these drivers. And Jake Miller coming across the line for his second lap. Gonna cross the stripe. Will he go better? Yes, he will. He'll jump Nathan Lamon, who is in 3rd place currently. As Maverick Davis goes top of the board, Dylan Jabo, excuse me, goes 2nd. The other drivers with about 2 minutes left in qualifying, trying to set their lap times here. And Elliot Henderson here in the 37 machine. Currently sits in 23rd. Comes across the stripe. He puts himself up to P4. Currently with a minute and a half left in qualifying. Got a few other drivers still on the racetrack right now trying to set their lap times. Currently Maverick Davis still on the pole right now. The 30.023. And this is our last qualifier right here, coming to the stripe with 40 seconds to go. We had 30.354, major improvement there. As with 25 seconds left in qualifying, everyone has set their lap time, so Maverick Davis will be on pole position here for tonight's race. You know, skip the heat races as well. We have a field of 28 drivers currently, which there could be some more joining here late as well, but Maverick Davis will win the Chicagoland pole, the Pro Spill Recovery and Excavation Services 175, as officially qualifying wrapped up here as into heat number 1. For I believe it is 11 laps in total. Currently bringing up here for the heat race. Take a quick look at our starting lap here for heat number 1. Jackson Sims on pole, Elliot Henderson in second. Dick Miller third, Nathan Lamont in fourth, Nicholas Coates in fifth, Matt Sisler in sixth, Giovanni Klein in seventh, Dwayne Young in eighth, Evan Clapper in ninth, Jeff Johnson in 10th, Philip Neese in 11th, John Peterson in 12th, Dylan Harris 13th, Blake McClung 14th, Mike Pitren in 15th, Andrew Nagy in 16th, Kevin McIntosh in 17th, and Larry McLennan in 18th. Niles Davis 19th, Jeremy Nata in 20th, Russell Windsor in 21st, Aiden Patro in 22nd, Jim McCullough in 23rd, Stephen Times in 24th, Glenn Grimm in 25th, Cole Snyder in 26th, and that is the whole field, so there is no heat number 2. As in total 11 laps in heat number 1. And 26 drivers as well, so the heats were not split up into 2, so it's going to be pretty chaotic as well. As pace car about to pull off on to pit road. And we're about to do battle here for 11 laps in heat number 1, and green flag is out. Jackson Sims lead us to the stripe. Flinging out a little bit there down in turn 1. They rock it down in turn 1 and 2. So far pretty clean for most of the field. Jackson Sims continues to blink a little bit, but here comes Elliot Henderson on the top side, trying to make something work. It's actually, that's Jake Miller on the top side. 77 machine. Everything outside. How much will that affect that tire wear though? It's only an 11 lap race, so tire wear shouldn't be a big issue as well. But looks like Jake Miller will lead lap 1. But here comes Elliot Henderson. We can run off of turn 4. As ooh, contact in the back. I think that's Giovanni Klein possibly around. You know, one other driver as well as Giovanni Klein still spinning through the grass. It doesn't look like anyone else is collected. Two drivers involved there. Still contacting turn number 1 and 2, but we keep it kind of straight for now. Michael almost got back up in the traffic there, but he keeps it off of those as they're 4 wide here for around 20 seconds. Gonna be tight into turn 1. Low contact up the racetrack they go. More contact around goes Cole Snyder and the outside wall hard. Right machine as he'll back it into the wall off of turn 2. There's a direct in the back already. Big save there, I believe, from the 93 machine, but there's still 3 abreast here on the back straightaway. Huge pack of cars here already. And they're still pretty packed up together here on lap number 4. And it's 3 wide off return number 4. Gonna be 2 wide cut of stripe, and that's still Jackson Sims on the top side, blinking a little bit there in the 06 machine. He started on pole position in this heat race. Andrew Nagy started 16th. He's up to 7th place already, so he's probably one of the biggest gamers here so far tonight. 5 laps into this one, avoiding the wrecks and avoiding the trouble. A lot of big draft here, big draft pack racing so far in these ARCA cars. It's pretty much what we've been used to the past season and a half or so. There's a 3 wide. Oh, Carnival. That's John Peterson there in that 43 machine. There's a 4 wide coming to the stripe once more. Down into one's gonna be tight here. A little bit more contact. Oh, there goes Blake McClung around, harding outside wall, right in front of John Peterson. As those two drivers severely damaged their heat race because they ended early. You know, to start the back of the field in the main event. But David McCullough up to P9, up 14 positions. Making his way through the heat race, avoiding these wrecks. But back out front, Jake Miller, Elliot Henderson, and Nathan Raymond. Top 3 currently checked out from the rest of the field. There's Jeff Johnson there and Jackson Sims in 4th and 5th. Together, but the top 3 was on lap 7, trying to just pretty much pull away from the rest of the field and make this kind of a no contest. As the inside goes, Nathan Lamont and Elliot Henderson. Henderson sees ahead for now, but back to about her 4th place. As most single file in most of the field now as the chaos has ensued and kind of the wrecking carnage. I'd spread the field out just a little bit. 0 through 1 and 2. Here on lap 9. So side by side for a second once more, Nathan Lamont and Elliot Henderson. Oh, Lamont clips the inside there. Henderson with a good run off for turn 4, gonna get some dirty air. But he has the momentum, he'll clear that 15 machine. Back to second with 2 laps to go here in heat 1. And it's coming to the white flag. Elliot Henderson right on the back bumper of Jake Miller. Still inside goes Henderson off of turn number 2. Contact! They keep it straight for now, but watch out for Nathan Lamont. He has a run down the back straight. He's going to make it 3 wide down turn 3 and 2. 3 and 4. As they're 3 wide coming to the stripe. Off of turn 4, contact more. As Elliot Henderson squeaks his way through, it's going to be a drag race to the line. It's going to be Henderson by 0.06 of a second there over Nathan Lamont. As what a finish that was in the heat. As we take a quick little break during this warm-up, we'll be right back here in Chicagoland. We're back live here at Chicagoland Speedway. Rallying grading up here for the main event. 115 laps in total. As these drivers currently loading into session into the grid. Right now behind the pace car. So it's 26 drivers in total. Big green flag here tonight as well. We'll take a quick look at our starting lineup here in a moment. But on pole position is Davis Maverick there. Maverick Davis. Saw him get pole position earlier in tonight's broadcast before the heat races. Was not in any of the heat races, since the top two in qualifying automatically go on to this session. So we'll take a quick look at our starting lap here for the main event. Maverick Davis on pole position, Dylan Chappell in second alongside him. Like I mentioned, most of the drivers not in the heat races. Elliot Henderson in third, Nathan Lamb on fourth, Jake Miller fifth, Jackson Sims in sixth, Jeff Johnson in seventh, Evan Clapper in eighth, Andrew Nagy ninth, Philip Neese in 10th, Jim McCullough in 11th, Larry McClellan in 12th, Glenn Grimm in 13th, Dwayne Young 14th, Niles Davis 15th, Stephen Times in 16th, Jimmy Pinatta in 17th, and Nicholas Coates in 18th, Ryan Klein 19th, Dylan Harris 20th, Blake McConnell 21st, John Pearson 22nd, Ian Tatro in 23rd, Devin McIntosh in 24th, Matt Cicelo in 25th, Mike Petron in 26th, Russell Windsor in 27th, Cole Snyder rounds out the 28 car field here tonight, 14 rows deep. There's only one pace stop here tonight. As pace car is off and green flag is out, and we're underway here at Chicagoland. To rock it down in turn number 1 and 2. Most of the field makes it through cleanly. As the top 3 single file out here, side by side here. Jeff Johnson and as Nathan Lamb on 5th there on the top side. Jackson Sims, who started on pole position in Heat 1, not get off to a great start. Drop back to zoom contact up there. Elliot Anderson and Maverick Johnson there making some contact early in this one. Elliot Anderson, who won Heat 1, trying to reclaim the race lead here earlier in this one. He led on the last lap with a 3-wide move in the turn number 3 and 4 for Heat, as there goes Maverick Davis way back there now. As he goes from 1st to 6th in 1 lap there quickly. And side by side, Jake Miller and Dylan Chappell. Chappell backs out of it there on the outside. And these drivers being very aggressive. We kind of saw in the heat race as well. Once we saw some wrecks, I mean, granted the heat races don't have any cautions, but we got some cars going off pit lane. Looks like a drive-through penalties for a couple of those drivers. As they're 3 wide once again, Nathan Lamb on big sense to the bottom. Where should go? Car on the outside wall. As around they go. That's Dylan Chappell right in front of the field. And that's a pretty big wreck off of turn number 4 here in lap number 3. Everyone does a good job to avoid that spinning 17 machine. So we'll take a quick replay of what happened there. It looks like just 3 wide action once more, and Jared's being a little bit, in my opinion, overly aggressive early on in this one. Door-to-door contact, Jackson Sims. And into the 39, which is Jeff Johnson and 5 car there of Evan Clapper involved. Overall, drivers do a good job avoiding that one. Could have been way worse. See, I don't think any major damage to any of these drivers. Just a bunch of smoke there, and some drivers maybe tapped the outside wall, but nothing too crazy off a turn number 4 there. They see doing a job of pre-damage on the left side. But pit stop opportunity here for some of these drivers, and some drivers are electing to go on pit lane. Jeff Johnson, Philip Nice as well. And obviously everyone involved in that caution as well. Probably go fix some damage, make sure they're all good aerodynamically, because the aero is going to be very important here tonight at Chicagoland. So we've already seen how drafty this track has been. It's only going to get more drafty throughout the night as the temperatures go down. The track gets a little bit more grippier as well. As we should be going green next time by. Lights at the base car should shut off right here. I believe so. Yep, they will be doubling it up here down the front straight away. Though Anderson will lead us to the green the first time tonight. Won the heat race a few minutes ago. Got the lead early in this one. We'll see how aggressive these drivers continue to be, but drivers going 3 wide, sometimes probably 4 wide further on back. Kind of same thing we saw in heat number 1. We'll see if we see it again on this restart. And green flag is out. We're back on the way here at Chicagoland. Made an one instantly to the bottom of the racetrack behind Elliot Henderson. They're rocking down in turn 1 and 2. Single out for the top 3 for now. Maverick Davis are pulled to the right on the back bumper of Nathan Lehman. Lehman will have a peek to the inside there in turn 3. Just doesn't have any draft help on the entry to turn 3, but he's going to send it to the bottom of the racetrack. Run that white line. He gets a good exit off for turn number 4. And I think he might get him at the line. Elliot Henderson barely got him at the line there. Nathan Lehman trying to get up to that race to get that clean air as well. It'll be very important here tonight as they're still side by side for the nose of the field off of number 2 down the back straightaway. The thing about here at Chicago, the back straightaway is a little curved to the left as one driving the outside wall. I see sparks there. As that's something you guys gotta watch out for. Not as Elliot Henderson clears easily for the race lead. As here goes Maverick Davis, great run off of turn 4. He's going to clear for second. He now go to the inside of the race lead here. Like I mentioned, the back straightaway a little curved, so the drivers on the outside have to pay attention to just not get caught. Caught lacking pretty much there. Down the back, very unique racetrack here at Chicagoland. Instantly turn the wheel to the left just a little bit even down the back and the front straightaway. But it's pretty much a restart right now as they're all 2 by 2 by 2. The whole road, all rows deep. Elliot Henderson, he should be able to clear on turn 1. Yes, he will. He's going to stay up to the top side. You got to watch out, though, for those right front tires or right rear tires as well. Don't want to burn up your tires too much around the top side. Top 3 now, single file out is Giovanni Klein. Wrecked in the heat race, actually, he's starting 19th. He's up 15 spots up to P4 here in lap number 10. Great drive so far for that 59 machine. Once again on the outside. Going to be the preferred line so far here at Chicagoland. Early on this one. We'll see how it affects these guys' tires though. But still a really big pack of cars. Pretty much nose the tail throughout most of the field. One driver on the outside wall. It's Jackson Sims in the 06 machine. There's we got trouble in the back. That's Blake McClung around. Oh, that's one car on the outside wall. That's David McCullough. There's a huge wreck down the front straightaway. Big damage to that 24 machine of Dylan Harris. As we have a huge wreck down the front. A couple of drivers involved there. Blake McClung was spinning out. David McCullough involved there as well. Take a quick look what happened there on the front straightaways. A 3 wide for turn 4. Which is a low neck code there. Blake McClung, luckily he got the least of it. So yeah, nowhere to go for Dylan Harris there. One other driver involved is Cole Snyder in the 88 machine. Destroyed on the front end. Kind of see the mayhem there, so Blake McClung actually pretty damaged. I think his front end was taken off. He actually looks like he broke a tire there as well. We're back under caution here on lap number 13. Just seems like these drivers have been still pretty aggressive on these restarts, just trying to gain as many positions as they can. And just without his ARCA car, it's so drafty, the draft dependent as well. This could be pretty much a pack race until we get to the pit stops. As we see some drivers coming out pit lane, interesting strategy here. Only 13 laps in this one. Not a lot of green flag laps as well. See a few drivers staying out as well, but we'll see how this plays out though. So most of the field does come down pit lane. I think only 3 or 4 drivers staying out. It looks like these drivers are just topping off on fuel. Some taking tires. Looks like Steven Timms will be our race leader in that 27 machine. As Nicholas Coate also stays out as well. As Aiden Tatro in that 3rd place spot. Those are the top 3 that stay out. Everyone else either topped off on fuel or it took tires there. Wayne Young also staying out. Same with Devin McIntosh as well. So 5 drivers staying out there. And Giovanni Klein, Maverick Davis, and Nathan Lemon hopping off on some fuel there as well. So 8 drivers in total not taking tires on the last pit stop. So top 4 rows, front 4 rows I should say. His pace car lights are off, and we're gonna go back green here off of turn number 4. Pace car pulls in the pit lane. Steven Timms will lead us to the green, and green flag is out. 27 machine with a great jump there. Will Nicholas Coate go to the bottom of the racetrack and slide in line? Yes, he will. Doesn't really have to either, but the inside wide open for that 27 machine. As Dwayne Young puts himself up to 3rd place, as Mike on the outside trying to make something work here. Just topped off some fuel for that 59 machine. As they rocket down the back straight into turn number 3 and 4. Out of the race, so here comes Tote to the inside of Timms. Steven Timms doing a good job on the outside, trying to hang on for now. Looks like he'll stay ahead a little bit down in turn 1. Yes, he will. Has a little slide job here from Coate. And he'll clear for the race lead for the first time tonight. That 35 machine out in front as they're almost through that behind, but Divine Klein backs out of it down the back straight away. As we're currently on board with that 35 machine. See, there's a big 100 packed cars behind them. As they fly down to turn 1 and 2. As look at all these multi-group racing, big gaggle of cars here. Almost like a mini plate track currently. That's in the middle of the pack right now. So 3 abreast there. That's Jeff Johnson outside. And Tatro on the inside and Devin McIntosh on the middle. That 74 machine. Ooh, contact up ahead. 15 around. That's Nathan Lamon. Through the grass he goes. No caution out yet. Maverick Davis also involved there. Very slow on the 18 machine. We stay green for now. We'll take a quick look at what happened there. Was it once again 3 wide off of turn 4? The danger zone, it seems like here. The slight arrow, maybe got maybe land on a little arrow loose as well. Maybe contact there. But we stay green for now. But that 15 machine loses a lot of spots there. Down the pecking order for him. And it's Jake Miller now. Up to 2nd place. There's a little more contact. Divine Klein is the back of Steven Timms there. Got him very loose on in turn number 1. He loses another spot to Jackson Sims. These drivers looks like they're rear-end all over the place for some of them. This car on the outside wants to bring down there Jeff Johnson. Tires seem like it's starting to wear out just a little bit for those drivers that didn't take tires, as Jake Miller and Jackson Sims. Those 2 drivers did take tires at last pit stop. Right now, Nicholas Coate up ahead. Likes what he's seeing in his rearview mirror. As he continues to pull away a little bit from the rest of the field. From the outside wall, it's Jeff Johnson on the entry of turn 3. Gets a very loose right in front of the field. More contact behind Philip Neese. Loose there as well, I believe. A new caution is out. It's now Davis around through turn 4, as that's the 3rd caution right here on lap 23. Longest green flag run so far tonight. As just kind of stacked up there, we saw that Jeff Johnson was going to put the outside wall into turn 3. Have it loose, checked up the field behind him. And at that point, Miles Davis was already spinning out. So just a little check up there. Kind of a accordion effect. And he also clips a few other drivers, but got the 08s there of Glenn Grimm. Also involved their little friend damage to that 08 machine. Like I mentioned there, the outside wall kind of catching him off guard. Constantly curving, and then you get into turn 3 and 4. Just curves some more as well, and you're already on the outside, so kind of gets to there sometimes, especially in the Cup car, or I guess a NASCAR. Kind of the cockpit, not the best view, like a Indy car or like an open wheel car. It's kind of a closed cockpit, not the perfect views at all, especially on the right side. Lots of fuel coming up pit lane, maybe topping off on fuel, gain some tires as well. But Nicholas Coates seeing that once more. I think someone, the driver behind him, faked him out of pit lane. But in the meantime, we'll take a quick little break and we'll be right back here at Chicagoland. As Rec Live here, Nicholas Coates release the green flag here coming up 26, and green flag is back out. Jackson Sims, Jake Miller side by side here for second to turn number one. We drag race to the turns. Oh, Nicholas Coates way up the racetrack. And they've got a little bit aero loose there. Has some side forks on him there on the left rear. As he'll get really wiggly there as Jake Miller takes the race lead from that move. Go rip the outside wall for now. Here comes Elliot Anderson, our heat winner to the inside. 3 wide off of turn number 1, turn 4 for the race lead. Jackson Sims on the bottom lane. Elliot Anderson in the middle. Jake Miller up top. Jackson, oh, contact more, I believe. Well, Nice there in the 38 machine. There's some little contact with him and maybe Giovanni Klein out of turn number 1. Is caught on the outside wall. That is Jackson Sims. Sims trying to rip the outside once more. And the outside here, Chicagoland seemed like the preferred and more dominant line as well. As we almost 3 wide on the front stretch, I believe they are. Back down to 2 wide here for this is for 5th place. Looks like as the top 3 are single filed out for the most part. Oh, looks like Jackson Sims got a bit loose there off of turn 4. He's got to lose a spot maybe to Giovanni Klein here. As Jake Miller breaking the draft already here early in this green flag run. Interesting strategy is cautioning it out. As it looks like a massive wreck in turn 3 and 4. 4, 5, 6 drivers involved maybe there. That is a big one here tonight. Jeff Johnson out of this one. That's absolute carnage down to turn 3 and 4. Is there some contact there? It's Jeff Johnson making contact with someone there. And, oh, car flipping. Or pole sitter as well. Maverick Davis flipping in the 18 machine. Johnson with a good run. Actually, no, it was in front of him that something happened. Say it was a 35 maybe. 35 on older tires as well as either Evan Clapper trying to make it through our middle, and we're gonna look at that city. But he may have came down there and coat, and right in the middle of the racetrack, nothing any of these drivers could really do. Probably the best look of it right here. That's absolute carnage in the back half of the field. As that's our 4th caution here tonight here in lap 31. There's a bunch of drivers coming up pit lane to fix some damage as well. I should be on green next time, but I believe we're doing if I'm back up here. Yes, we are. As a lead caution there. We're going green next time, but not this time. His car is off. Jake Miller relays to the green flag, and green flags back out. Good outside launch for, oh no, contact, breaking the lead. There goes Jake Miller around in front of the field. As major damage for him and a few others. As it looks like Elliot Henderson had a good run, but then he got shoved down to the inside. So it brings up the 5th caution of the night here on lap 34, excuse me. As this race has pretty much been a caution fest from the get-go. Looks like Henderson maybe missed a shift or just didn't get going. And Jackson Sims did not care. But he used to have a lot of time to check up, to be honest. But it looks like Javon Klein might take the race lead here, I believe. It looks like Henderson just got a good launch initially and just didn't get a good shift up the gears and hard left the outside wall for Jake Miller. Yeah, he missed a shift there. Yeah, so just missed a shift there for a 37 machine. I've checked up the whole field. They did get a good initial launch, but I think one of the driver involved was Devin McIntosh there. 74 machine. In the meantime, we'll take a quick little break and we'll be right back here at Chicagoland. As we're back live here at Chicagoland, about to go back green. Longest green flag run we've had has been about 10 laps or so. Going back green here on lap 38. Good restart there for Jamal on the inside. Third row. Terrible restart. I'm not sure who that is. It's a 38 machine with Philip Neese. Terrible restart for him. Might have just been in the wrong gear. This is top 5 now with a pretty decent gap. Not amazing, but better than they usually have been. The top 3 single file out. As Hazy Lane on the outside. Top 5 now single file out. Down to turn number 3 and 4. Devon Klein apparently leads the field. Elliot Anderson trying to get back up in front. Race side by side for third place, it's Elliot Henderson. So yeah, slow car up ahead, lap traffic. I think he's crab walking it there. Not sure exactly that would be as they go to the inside there. But Javon Klein still leads here off turn number 4. As most of the field kind of a little bit calmer than they were at the beginning. Calling out 3 wide action, still double file through most of the field though. The field has shrunk down quite a bit. We're only down to about 13 cars in the main pack. 13, 14 maybe. So some lap traffic also mixing that as well. Here comes Joan Chappell. Right on the back bumper of Javon Klein. I believe these drivers are teammates. The same paint scheme with just different color. Chappell's red and Javon Klein is orange. Looks like the Ninja Turtles, I think that's what they're trying to be right there. Yeah, it looks like it is, but Nathan Lamont on the outside of Elliot Anderson. So top 3 all teammates for now. If Lamont can clear off of turn 2, and yes he will. So top 3 all teammates now. 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack, looking really good. Here off to number 4. And we'll finally see a long run here tonight. A long flag run. Just still side by side counting the pack here for around 5th to pretty much 10th place. Kind of in a bubble here. To go down to turn number 3 and 4, driving the outside wall, Jackson Sims. Sparks flying on the right rear of his car. So the outside wall once more off of turn 4. Turn 4, very tight race corner here in Chicagoland. Definitely probably the danger corner here so far tonight. So we've seen most of the wrecks off of turn 4. Dylan Chappell has closed the gap down. Javon Klein is all over the back bumper now. Now look out for Nathan Lamont. He almost won our heat a little earlier tonight. He's in the picture here in 3rd. He's caught up to his top 2 drivers, his teammates. So these drivers kind of trying to single file out here. I think those drivers, I don't know, just kind of ride along, trying to get some laps logged in. Most of the field single filing out. On the back half of this front pack, double file still, but what's the top 6 to 7 or so? 6, 7, single file it out. And this Phil Mustang at 38, he clips the outside wall on the entry of turn 3. Flips off the 4 as well, gets him a bit sideways even more. As Glenn Grimm will get by him in the elite machine as they're side by side. So clear down to number 1. So the outside lane still the more dominant lane so far tonight. We'll see if that will change once this rubber gets laid down even more and more as the night continues to ramp up here. As lap traffic trying to get out of the way. As we're on the outside wall. It's a 3 machine, I believe that has lap traffic as well. Give him a call there. Is now battling here for second. Nathan Lamb on the inside of Dylan Chappell. Off of turn number 2. Looks like he'll slot in third place behind his teammate once more. Elliot Henderson to the outside of Nathan Lamon. Here's Jackson Sims as well. And so far we're on the longest green flag run of the night so far here on lap 51. Brian Klein still leads to catch up to some lap traffic. As once again, the outside line is seeming to be the most dominant line here tonight so far. Everyone's just kind of ripping the outside. Nathan Lamont kind of just stuck on the inside. Nathan Lamont's still trying to fight back on the inside. He'll clear for fourth. That's it. Jackson Sims to the inside now. Is there going to be 3 abreast down turn number 3 and 4 for third? Who's going to back out of this one off of turn 4? It could get low tight here. Looks like Jackson Sims coming up pit lane. Last time he pit was 40 laps to go, so we might be seeing some green flag pit stops here shortly. As Javon Klein last time he pitted was 31 laps ago. Elliot Henderson pitted 41 laps ago. The pit stops could be a factor here tonight. Looks like it's going to be a 2-stop race here at Chicagoland if we do stay green the rest of the way. There's a bunch of drivers coming down pit lane right now. As here comes, looks like Elliot Henderson down pit lane. As when will these top 4 drivers come down pit lane? Nicholas Coate, he pitted 26 laps ago last caution actually, so he should be able to go pretty long compared to some of the other drivers if he does want to. Top 4 still staying out here. Glenn Grimm, Dwayne Young here and close together. We have a lot of lap traffic in between them. That is might be takes a machine on Andrew Nagy. He is 18 laps down currently. Fixed his damage. As the drivers who just pitted, first one who just pitted is Jackson Sims, currently in 12th place. There's 4 laps to go. We'll see where he signals this one out to. To go back up to the top 4 spots. Currently, Dylan Chapel still leads. Leading him on second, Giovanni Klein in third. These are a little halfway point in this race, a little past halfway. More drivers coming up pit lane. As down pit lane goes Dylan Chapel and Giovanni Klein. Wayne Young coming down pit lane as well. A few other drivers. We'll see what Jackson Sims will cycle out here. He's going through turn 1 and 2 right now. He pitted 7 laps ago. Tire fall off has been pretty significant, about 1 second a lap. So he could be a pretty big gap between him and these drivers that are coming off the pit lane like Dylan Chapel and Giovanni Klein. Jackson Sims passing some of these drivers right now. Elliot Henderson and Russell Windsor behind him. Nathan Lamont about 2 seconds, coming off pit lane, 3.5. Now 4 as Philip Neese will pass him. And Dylan Chapel looks like he might be ahead of him off of turn 2 down the back, and he has to clear into 3. So Chapel around 4 seconds back from Elliot Henderson and Jackson Sims. As Henderson, his Cole Snyder coming on a lap car, actually very damaged right there. Probably one of those wrecks. Has not pitted yet so far. Doing a race leader, Jeremy Pienta there. So he has some left front damage there as well. He's currently 30 laps into his run. Looks like he might be coming off pit lane this time by. He clipped the inside actually right there, but You know, everyone has cycled through their pit stops now as Jackson Sims currently our race leader. Elliot Anderson in second, Russell Windsor in third, Joan Chapel fourth, about 4 seconds back from our race leader. Behind him is Nathan Lehman. It looks like Javon Klein may have got a pit road penalty or just had a bad pit road. 22nd pit stop for our 59 machine. Chapel and Nathan Lehman closing in that gap for our race leaders. Gap now down to a little under 3 seconds. Top two really single file for now and pretty close together as Russell Windsor. A little further back has lost a little bit from the front too of Jackson Sims and Elliot Henderson. There's even more Dylan Chapel closing the gap now. They're about 2 or 3 tenths quicker a lap, Dylan Chapel and Nathan Lehman, so we're working pretty well together in 4th and 5th compared to our race leaders right now currently. There's about 40 laps to go, still one more pit stop left in this one. These drivers probably can go around 20 more laps on this tank of fuel, like Jackson Sims, the top 3 pretty much, and Dylan Chapel, who's closing the gap pretty quickly, can go around 25, 27 more laps on this tank of fuel. So we'll see how quickly, and when will these drivers pit as well? I mean, you could hit maybe a little bit closer, stretch it out as long as you can, or you can pit right now, pit a little early, trying to stretch out those tires and that fuel, or you can pit with probably around 25 to go and maybe even 20 to go. I mean, it's a lot of different strategy these drivers can use, especially Dylan Chapel and Nathan Lehman. They really have the option to pit whenever they want. Here comes Elliot Henderson to the inside. These top two currently fighting it out right now as Russell Windsor closing the gap a little bit on the top two. And here comes Dylan Chappell and Nathan Lamon. Fourth and fifth closing the gap big time here with 36 to go. We had 5 cautions early in the first 34 laps of this one. We've been green ever since. Senior pit stop already. These drivers have to pit at least one more time. And here comes Dylan Chappell on the inside of Russell Windsor. Windsor up top. How long can you hold off Dylan Chappell for? Don't think it'll be really too much of a challenge for Chappell to get around. So you go down the back straightaway. Chappell still on the inside. He slots in line for now. They really close the gap on it. It's a 5-car battle for the race lead. But here comes Chappell now. Here comes Nathan Lamon as well. At a peek to the inside, he backs out just a little bit. Chappell across the stripe has third at the line. Looking to do a little slide job move here in turn 1 and 2. Looks like he might try to do that, but looks like Windsor with a good entry to turn 1. But hang on the outside for now. He's still alongside Chappell as Nathan Lamon trying to push his teammate past this 20 machine. There's the 2 drivers ahead of Elliot Henderson and Jackson Sims. Continue to just kind of stay single file for now. They were fighting a little bit earlier. I think with Chappell and Lamon closing the gap, they're trying to work together a little bit. Ooh, car in the grass there. Not sure who that is. Looks like Maverick Davis there. Little Lightning McQueen still has major grabbing issues, pretty much. That's what we call it. Major suspension damage. Not sure why he's still on the racetrack. I mean, on log laps, but could be disastrous if things happen. Might want to fix that car a little bit more, especially late in this one. But side by side, Dylan Chappell and Jackson Sims, as Nathan Lamon now side by side with Russell Windsor. Chappell to slot in line behind Sims for now. With 32 to go. Drivers could be seeing some pit stops here next 5 laps. Definitely could come into some consideration. Right there. That would be pretty much splitting the pit stops in half for some of these drivers. As Henderson, lap car in between them. Big side draft there from Sims on the lap traffic. As Aiden Tatro on the outside, maybe trying to let these drivers by, let them race it out here for the win. As here comes Russell Windsor down pit lane. First driver in the top 5. Oh, he spins on the pit lane though. As that's going to cost him majorly. Unless we have a caution, his chance at the win is over. As I think he may have made a late call to come down pit lane. Just maybe downshifted a little bit too much, and looks like he did maybe locked up the rears as well. For how that 20 machine goes. The top 4 stay out for now. How aggressive will Dylan Chappell and Nathan Lamon be to try to get around these drivers? As Jackson Sims down pit lane, will Elliot Henderson fall here? Down the back straightaway he goes. Looks like he's a little bit lower on the racetrack. Could be pitting this time by with 28 laps to go. We'll see a 2-tire stop as well. Could see that. Looks like Henderson will be pitting low on the racetrack right there. There's some 4 tires, and away he goes. Nathan Liam on down pit lane as well. Joan Chapel staying out an extra lap with 26 to go. Stay out an extra lap as well. Nathan Lamont coming off the pit lane this time by. Where will he cycle out? Will he be ahead of Jackson Sims and Nicholas Coate as well? And Nicholas Coate will actually be ahead of him. He's the first driver to pit during this pit cycle. As Nathan Lamont going to slot in behind Ellie Henderson and Jackson Sims, quite a bit behind as well. Joan Chapel is yet to pit still. As here comes Chapel following down pit lane here on lap 23 to go, excuse me. As Nicholas Coate is currently going to be the net race leader once this all plays out. But can he stay ahead of the rest of the field? Jackson Sims behind him. Elliot Henderson also not too far behind as well. And also Nathan Lamont, who did not seem like he had a good pit stop there. But actually Nicholas Coate took 2 tires. Just notice that. He took 2 tires, that's why he's so far ahead. Will Dylan Chapel do the same thing here? Could be an interesting call for that 17 machine. Looks like it's going to be 4 tires and full tank of fuel here for Dylan Chapel. Everyone has come down pit lane, and Nicholas Coate currently the net race leader coming with 20 laps to go. We're going to do a little crank it up here with 20 to go here at Chicagoland. As Red Clive here at Chicagoland. Currently, Nicholas Cote leads the field with 15 laps to go with a two-tire strategy. Will it pay off here at the end? Jackson Sims, Elliott Henderson catching quickly. We've been green since their fifth caution on lap 34. Green ever since then. Seeing 2 pit stops so far tonight. No more scheduled ones so far. Jackson Sims, Elliott Henderson very close together still as Nathan Lamont about 2 seconds back from Henderson, about 3.5 from our race leader. From Nicholas Cote, and currently right now, these drivers are going to catch up to that 35 machine here in a few moments. Now they got down to 3 tenths. Here Sims to the inside. Has the advantage off a turn 4. A little side draft there. Nicholas Cote on the outside. Jackson Sims on the inside for the race lead with 12 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Sims on looking for a slide job move here in 1 and 2. On the outside doing a great job hanging on, but it's not enough. Sims will clear off of turn 2 as Carlton Wall, that's Nicholas Cote. There are big sparks off of turn number 2. And now Elliott Henderson, how quickly can he get around that 35 machine? There's almost 3 wide with lap traffic as well. As lap traffic, major damage there still for Maverick Davis. There's some contact there for the race lead. That's Anderson, Sims, and Nathan Lamont. These drivers battling it out. He could catch up to this main pack as well with 10 laps to go. Now, looks like Sims on the top, Henderson in the middle, lap traffic on the very bottom. Big side draft there off of turn number 2. Henderson in the middle, still now lap traffic clears back out. Henderson looking for a slide job move there through 3 and 4, not quite enough to do it. Off of turn 4, 9 laps to go this time by. And this 3-car battle could turn into a 5-car battle here quickly. Lap traffic right here playing this one big time. That's Devin McIntosh there, 17 laps down. Right on the back bumper of these race leaders. Sims doing a good job on the outside, trying to stay ahead. For now on Henderson. Will Henderson be able to make the move on the bottom of the racetrack? I just don't know if he'll have enough momentum. He has to hope that Sims gets a bad run off of one of these corners. That would really be his only chance to do something here. As more lap traffic up ahead. Lap traffic could play a big factor into tonight's race. As there goes Henderson on the inside. Watch your slide job move here with the lap traffic to the outside. Sims on the top side, Henderson on the bottom, but 6 laps to go this time by. Henderson with a half a car length ahead, looking for a slide job move here off of turn 2. Is he clear? Yes, he is. He shuts the door there on Sims. Sims flips the outside wall just barely. Looks like there'll be a 2-car battle here for the race win, with some lap traffic also in play here. So Henderson using the lap traffic to his advantage, giving the lap traffic some draft. As now Sims on the racetrack, trying to do a crossover move here maybe. Has a big side draft there off of turn 2, not quite alongside him though. It still goes to tail. Henderson closes the door, but not enough. Sims sneaks his way through. And he's going to clear. Yes, he will. Slide job off of turn 4. Crossover move down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go this time by a big side drive there from Henderson to Sims. Can Henderson clear off of turn number 2? Yes, he will once more. Now 3 laps to go this time by Sims and Henderson. Within 0.2 of a second of each other. As that one's about racetrack once more goes Sims. Can you make it stick? Can you make it work on the racetrack? As it's a dead heat down into turn number 1 with 2 laps to go. Lap traffic still very involved in this one. Pretty much racing our race leaders like he's one of the race leaders. As Henderson stays ahead, all lap traffic might cost Jackson Sims there the race win. Down the back straight he goes. Comes with a white flag this time by 1 more lap to go here at Chicagoland. 1.5 miles to go. Sims walls the lap traffic in the outside wall. That's going to cost him the win there. Sims intentionally hitting the car in the outside wall. And looks like Henderson will probably pull away in this one with about half a second lead over Jackson Sims. Sims not happy about that lap traffic, how he was being raced there. And I don't blame him at all. 17 laps down. Now, racing race leaders like that one, definitely a conversation Sims will probably have after the race. But off of turn number 4, Elliot Henderson holds on to the race win. And he'll win here at Chicagoland for the Pro Skills Recovery and Excavation Service 175. As Jackson Sims will finish in second. Nicholas Coate in third with a great tire strategy there. New tire stop strategy for that 35 machine. But Elliot Henderson, our race winner here tonight at Chicagoland. As he burns it down on the front straightaway. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with our top 3 interviews after this one. Guys, we're back live here at Chicago. I'm going to take a quick look at our race results here for tonight's race. As Elliot Henderson gets the race win here over Jackson Sims, Nicholas Coate in third. Matt Sisler in fourth. Nathan Lamb on fifth. Dylan Chapel sixth. Russell Windsor seventh. Felton East in eighth. Devon Klein ninth. Glenn Grimm in 10th. Dwayne Young in 11th, Mike Intrin in 12th, Ian Tatro in 13th, Jeremy Pineda in 14th, Cole Snyder 15th, Stephen Tim 16th, John Peterson 17th, Niles Davis 18th, Maverick Davis 19th, and Devin McIntosh in 20th. Andrew Nagy 21st, David McCullough in 22nd, Larry McKellen in 23rd, Jake Miller 24th, Evan Clapper 25th, Jeff Johnson 26th, Blake McClung 27th, and Dylan Harris in 28th. So we'll take our top three drivers here. Our race winner Elliot Henderson here at Chicagoland. We'll speak to him if he's in. Alright, chat. Doesn't look like he is. As we'll see, I believe. See if we can find our race winner in a moment. Doesn't look like I can, so I believe we have a third place finisher at least of. We did, of Nicholas Coate. So we're bringing our third place finisher here of the revive machine of Nicholas Coate. Hello, Nicholas, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you round yourself off in the third place here with a two-tire strategy there, and with 28 laps to go. Talk us through your strategy call there late in that one, and how early did you know you were going to take two tires on that pit stop?
I didn't know I was gonna take two tires till halfway through the pit stop. I looked and I saw that was only at 96 on my left, and I was like, yeah, well, yeah, it's worth a try. If I just do what they're gonna do, I'm not gonna win. So tried that, and I think I smoked the wall with like, I don't know, 15, 20 laps to go. If I didn't smoke the wall, I think I would have held on.
Yeah, still a great finish here in third place though. But overall, talk us through your run overall tonight, as well as starting 18th place, in the middle of the pack, and talk us just kind of the first 35 laps. You kind of had a bunch of cautions, and we had that long green flag run as well.
Yeah, it was the first, I don't know, 35 laps were I was just trying to survive. I got the lead for a little bit there on pit strategy, and then fell back, and then the 5 kind of just turned across my nose, and I think that caused one of the last cautions of the race, I think. Yeah, and then it was just saving my tires, and then using that pit strategy at the end to get the lead, and hoping I could hang on. Happy I could stay in third. I think if there was 5 more laps, I probably would have finished like 5th or 6th. It was a handful after I hit the wall.
Yeah, great result for you though here in third place here at Chicagoland. Anyone to thank for tonight's good run?
I want to thank the league for putting it on and you guys for the broadcast, and it's been fun. Can't wait for next week.
Yep. Congrats on your third place here tonight at Chicagoland. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
See you then. Have a good night.
So as Nico's codes, our third place finisher, we'll bring in our race winner here of Elliot Henderson. Hello, you got a copy?
I do.
To wrap yourself off in victory lane here tonight at Chicagoland, talk us through that last green flag run there to the end on the 26 laps after the pit stop, trying to catch up to Nicholas and also battle Jackson there at the end.
Yeah, obviously Jackson's my teammate, so we knew what we were doing. We weren't aware that Nicholas stayed out, so kudos to him on that strategy. I don't know where he was running prior, but I was more worried about the 20 car and Nathan in the 15 and then Dylan in the 17. But yeah, I think for us it was just about saving tire and knowing that run was going to be pretty long, and we felt good about the run prior. How Nathan and Dylan ran a little bit longer but couldn't quite catch us at the end. They got like right to us. So it was just about conserving tire, making sure we're okay, and getting to the end there. But the battle between Sims was phenomenal, and I wish that lap car wasn't really involved. I don't know what their ruling is on that. I believe that's interference as far as I'm concerned. He's in the middle of us, but I'll let admins deal with that and handle all that. But we had a great car, led the most laps, had a good night, and we'll see what next week's looks like.
Yeah, you had a great run here tonight. Started in third, won the heat race, and won the main event as well. So anyone to thank for tonight's win here at Chicagoland?
Yeah, as always, teammates Jackson Sims, Jeff Johnson, Jeremy Pienta, and Jake Miller, all part of Spectrum, or I think it's Autosport. I don't really know what our team is here, but it's run by Eric Kev, and he runs in the Cup Series. So just shout out to those guys for working together with us all night. Hopefully any other of these draft tracks we can, kind of work together and stay up front. But thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, Sam, and everyone who puts on this league. First race here, and there's some things to clean up, I think, but there's a lot of potential, and it's a lot of fun. So looking forward to how the rest of the season goes and trying to make a run for this chase.
Yep, and congrats on your win, like I said, here at Chicagoland. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So Elliot Henderson, our race winner. We're gonna bring in our second place finisher of Jackson Sims there. Coming up short just a bit. Lap traffic also playing a factor, kind of like what Elliot said earlier. I thought we had Jackson Sims for a moment. Let's see if we can. There it is. Oh, Jackson, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you come up a little bit short there at the end over your teammate, Elliot Henderson. Actually, that kind of like last 10 laps or so, lap traffic also playing a factor as well. And kind of got into lap traffic there at the end, coming to the white.
Yeah, it was really fun. I was kind of surprised the strategy we were on there ended up working. I thought, having to pit early would kind of hurt us in the end, but that was really fun battling Elliot. He's really good. We kept it clean. Unfortunately, the lap traffic was in the way. I can't, I couldn't get a run off the corner because he's on my outside, and it wasn't just me he was hurting. He was hurting Elliot the same way, if not worse. And then coming to the white, Elliot, I was just in Elliot's dirty air trying to get a run all I could. I think I got kind of stuck in the lap car. But that was rather unfortunate, but I'll take a second. I think it's pretty good outing, I'd say.
Yeah, really good result for you two. Looking forward to next week, Watkins Glen. What are your thoughts on the road course there in New York?
Yeah, it's a fun track. It's I really like it. I'm not familiar with who's good and who's not on road courses in this league, so
Mm.
that'll be interesting to see. But hopefully, I'll get a decent run there too.
We had a good run here tonight in Illinois. Anyone like think for tonight's second place finish here at Chicagoland?
Yeah, my teammates, especially Elliot, we're kind of working together on strategy for most of that race, and you guys doing the broadcast.
Well, congrats on your second here at Chicagoland. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen.
See you. Thank you.
So it's Jackson Sims in second place there. As I wrap up the top 3 interviews. Overall, really interesting race. Top first 5 cautions. We only had 5 cautions here tonight. We're on the first 35 laps. After that, we went green the whole rest of the way, around 80 laps or so. I believe if my math is correct, which might be, might not be. Yeah, it should be about 80 laps. But 2 pit stops there. Saw some drivers mess up their pit lane, messed up their pit strategy. Nathan Raymond and Dylan Chappell thought they would fight for the win there late, but they kind of just pit a little too late, it seemed like, and just didn't have that speed enough at the end to catch up to the top 2 drivers. But overall, a fun race here in that Chicagoland. And next week they do go to Watkins Glen, like I mentioned, but up next tomorrow night we go to the Quantum Continue Series. They go to Homestead tomorrow night at 8:50 Eastern Time, and then the ARCA Cup Series goes to Kansas, the last race of the round 2 before the championship round there. So playoffs in the ARCA Cup Series. And SuperStar ARCA West Series goes to Watkins Glen once again, like I mentioned, next week at 8:15 Eastern Time. So we will see you guys there. Thank you guys for watching.